La sexualité des papes, bien que le
Hi,
Josephie Petovisky.
here for the...
Next the 3001 program.
So, I'm assuming you guys all know about the famine in Africa. Michael Jackson made a song about it. He called it We Are the World. And if I'm honest, it was pretty good. Take it away, Michael. Okay. Now, how do we save all the poor people living in Africa from starvation? We feed them. How? Let me elaborate. It all starts with big strong man Hugo Girard and a nuclear reactor. For the reactor, we are in fact sponsored by Dolorama. We took a plate, crushed it to the atomic level, then we put these atoms in a cardboard tube and lit them on fire. A $3 nuclear reactor. On the reactor, we tie an animal. The animal we use doesn't really matter, but it needs to be boosted with GMOs and steroids so that it is big enough to feed the poor Ethiopian children. Now, let's go over the process through which we send these animals to Ethiopia. First, Hugo takes a deep breath. Then, he swings the reactor at full force eastward towards Ethiopia. The reactor has enough power to make it about halfway through the Atlantic Ocean and ejects the animal to then sink at the bottom of the ocean. Now, you might think that we are polluting the Atlantic, but it's cardboard, so it's just going to make a paste and in about 60 years create a new continent for us to supply in food. On the rocket, we put a cowboy to navigate it. That cowboy now must catch the pole we left at the launch location to come back and do another delivery. The animal continues to fly in the sky of Africa and finally lands on a big red X in the middle of Ethiopia for the famished to feast upon. We will repeat the process about 40 times every day. Here's an animation.
Hi, I'm Hugo. Boop. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, ploof, puff.
Now, let's talk about the new continent we mentioned earlier. Obviously, being made of cardboard, it won't have any sources of food for the people who are going to live there, so we now have a new target for our program. Then, these people are going to start seeing us as gods that bring them food in order for them to survive, so they are going to start worshipping us. Next, we send a book with the rules to this religion over, and new prayers and sacrifices that need to be done in order to receive food. After that, we go on that island and announce ourselves as the messiahs, so they start worshipping us directly, and then we can establish a government based on a dictatorship with ourselves at its center. We follow the teachings of Lenin, Castro, and Mao to establish a great nation not under the rules of the UN and prosper economically to become the world's #1 power. Now that we are the world's #1 power, we take over, starting with the biggest threat, the USA. Next, we divide our troops to both the North and the South, and we conquer the Americas. Now that all of the Americas are under our hands, taking over the rest of the world is like stealing Nemo from his parents. The next step? Space. In the end, I guess that what I'm saying is that feeding Africa will lead us to space conquest.
Almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country road.